Cory, dude, you and I got invited to a preview event of MechWarrior 5 Clans. This is a whole separate game. It's not an expansion. It's not a DLC. It's a game within itself that we're diving into. It's a return to form of MechWarrior 2 from way back in the day, when now we're getting into clans. And yeah, dude, I got mixed reactions. I think Piranha has something cool that they're working on here. I think that is, if you are a hardcore, you and I are just talking about this off air. If you are a hardcore fan, I think you're gonna be down for this. But otherwise, you and I got a little bit mixed coming into this thing, right? I think the cinematics are cool, but there's definitely some glaring issues when it comes to watching the cutscenes, and some of the character interactions aren't quite hitting where they need to be. I feel like the world itself somewhat feels almost empty when I'm out there with my mechs. But dude, that's just a quick impression, which hasn't really hooked me, is my biggest problem. Where are you at?
Yeah, you know what? I played the original MechWarrior game and MechWarrior 2 back on PC when I was a kid a long time ago. So I was kind of excited to get back into this one and just see kind of what's changed. And I mean, I figured there was going to be quite a bit. We get a cool layout as far as what the story is concerned here. Like, we are kind of this new crew and we're trying to prove ourselves. And it's, you know, it's a story we've probably seen before in other games, but, you know, with this MechWarrior twist. And for me, I was more excited just to kind of get into how much we're going to be able to customize these mechs and how much we can kind of get into all of that. And realistically, Drew, this game opens up quite a bit in that area. There's a ton of stuff to do. And I didn't realize how much management there would also be as far as making sure that our entire crew's got mechs that are, you know, supported properly, they're upgraded properly, you upgrade the pilots. Like, there's so many things that you kind of dabble with and change and mess around with. If you, like you said, if you're a hardcore MechWarrior fan, you're gonna love this game. But even for me, wanting to jump back into this and really check it out, it is a little overwhelming. And for me, I just thought it was tough to kind of deal with and understand exactly where I want to be with everything. There's a ton of stuff to upgrade. There's a lot of different currencies you deal with too. So I mean, it's just one of those games, the more time you spend with it, the more you're probably going to get out of it. But is it going to be for those casual players like you and I? It didn't feel so much that way.
No, not at all. I felt kind of bored, honestly, at the end of the day. For me, trying to get into it, I was trying to get hooked, right? I'm trying to get into this story. I'm trying to get pulled into this world. And it's just nothing really hit. I was like, okay, this sounds cool, right? The story's cool. Yeah, we got this group that's really trying, like you say, right? This up and coming crew. And we want to prove ourselves to the commanders and get out there and become part of the team and be the leader at the end of the day. But there's an arrogance is part of the crew, but it doesn't really pull it off well at points, right? And then just some of the banter back and forth. The cutscenes aren't quite particularly hitting with me. The mouths aren't lining up where they need to be. There's just a couple little things that a little bit more polish, right? Now we are in a preview build, so that's one thing too to take in consideration. But when you get out into the world and you are using your mech, it is pretty cool, dude. It's pretty sick to get out there and start using your mech. The momentum, I noticed instantly. I thought, all right, cool. It feels like I am in a beast of a mech. So let's get going, right? And then, okay, how do I want to outfit all of this? What weapons do I want? And then you get into all that micromanaging of this, that, and the other. You can set up your crew. You can order them to go. You pull up the map. Dude, I almost felt like the old school days of Rainbow Six, where okay, Alpha's going over here, Bravo's gonna go over there, and then go, and then they start heading out. That was cool. I like being able to set up my crew and how I want to take down the objective and stuff like that. But once we get out there, I don't know, man. It just felt kind of empty to me. I'm like, okay, I'm just shooting another mech, and it just didn't really have that connection I was really hoping to get pulled into.